We love, baby.
Ooh, ooh, yeah. Hey, yo, Q.
I don't know if you heard this shit before.
Give them some vibes. So I'm cool on that fake shit. And I keep my
Have you heard this before?
to see that snake shit. Man, put my name on it.
Have you heard this before?
It. I'm talking face to face shit. You ain't gotta like me, but you sure gotta respect me. I'm cool on that fake shit. And I keep my grass cut to see that snake shit. Man, put my name on it, make me respect it. I'm talking face to face shit. You ain't gotta like me, but you sure gotta respect me. May say what you want about me, may speak how you feel. I ain't losing no sleep about it, it is what it is. Can't respect what you saying, cause shit you said it to them. Let's link up and let's talk about it. If not, then shut up about it. I hate that laughing, smiling in your face shit. Knowing they don't fuck with you, I swear to God that's fake shit. And that's why I keep a blades, cut the grass, see that snake shit. I ain't in my feelings, I'm just cool on all that fake shit. Cool on that fake shit. And I keep my grass cut to see that snake shit. Man, put my name on it, make me respect it. I'm talking face to face shit. You ain't gotta like me, but you sure gotta respect me. I'm cool on that fake shit. And I keep my grass cut to see that snake shit. Man, put my name on it, make me respect it. I'm talking face to face shit. You ain't gotta like me, but you sure gotta respect me. Can't hide who you are, you got hate in your heart. Yeah, you hate to see me winning, yeah, tear you apart. You got issues within, you know that envy of sin. But you can't help it, my blessing just make it sweat through your skin. But that's alright though, just make sure when you mention me that you with me. Don't throw a rock and hide your hand, my nigga come correctly. No, I don't respect shit unless it's said directly. You don't get a fan, say this shit face to face, respect me. Or keep your mouth closed, or get your eyes closed. But that fake shit that you want, I get from round. I see the snake every time they can't hide. That's the reason why you know I keep my grass low. Cool on that fake shit. And I keep my grass cut to see that snake shit. Man, put my name on it, make me respect it. I'm talking face to face shit. You ain't gotta like me, but you sure gotta respect me. I'm cool on that fake shit. And I keep my grass cut to see that snake shit. Man, put my name on it, make me respect it. I'm talking face to face shit.
There go that fun.
You ain't gotta like me, but you sure gotta respect me. Respect me. Oh my.
Want to know a way to get up to $10,000 back on your retirement funds? Better yet, want to know how to do it tax-free? The government is pushing inflation to levels not seen since the Great Depression.
That's what happened when you yanking around before the show. You don't get the controls right, man.
Look, you over there messing around, man, with these people. Time.
I'm just waiting on them to tap in, dog. We waiting on y'all to tap in. Hey, where's my thing is not? There we go. Oh, shoot. I'm up here. I'm sharing stuff I shouldn't be sharing. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go, big dog. There we go.
There we are.
All right, man. I'm looking kind of fuzzy on my other computer, though. Am I looking fuzzy?
Man? What's going on with you, man?
What the heck? It's dude, that happens when you, I'm telling you, it shit happens when you're trying to do too much at one time. Maybe that's better. Try to see if I got it all set up. Waiting on y'all to tap in. Share, like. I'm looking kind of fuzzy right now, y'all. I'm trying to fix it. I don't know what's going on here just now. Oh, wait a minute. Is that it? Said I'm cool on it. Hey, man, I like this song, though. Cool on that fake shit.
You cool on that fake shit, Phil?
Cool on that fake shit, man. I'm tired of motherfuckers being fake, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, I don't understand it. Why you got to be fake? Just be you.
Hey, this is what I learned, man.
Mm-hmm.
What's real to you is real to you. What's fake to you is fake to you. What's real to somebody else is real to them. Each individual.
Well,
each individual. What is real how you grew up and what you were taught and what you were perceived as being real, other people haven't. And so I think a lot of times we expect people to reciprocate or even know what we think or what we perceive real to be. But in a world full of people who fake is the new norm, you just kind of gotta let people be who they are.
True.
I think that just having that ultimate confidence within self, you be all right, because I think we give too much. I think we give too much to people. Too much power.
What do you mean by too much power? Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Too much power.
Way too much power, because we don't have to be bothered by what they fakeness, right? Because we know that that's what makes us a unique individual, that or a certain type of individuals that I stay firm and stand solid at certain positions. That's what makes me a real person. To them, being real could be showing up with $1 or $2, or
right.
It could be different. It could be different too, you know what I'm saying? So, sometimes we gotta, as my therapist say, lead with grace.
Right. Yeah. I get it, bro. I get it. But sometimes, dude, this is kind of like, when it comes to that type of, it's kind of like, I don't know. To me, being fake says a lot about your character. Absolutely. You know what I mean? And if your character is fake, I can't mess with you. You know what I mean? That says a whole lot about, and then you might not be really, that way for sure. But when you basically portray a fake as, personality, then, what I'm saying, that's going to be the first judgment. That's going to be the first thing that I, going to look and be like, you know what? Yeah, she or he's fake or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I get your point too. I understand what you're saying. What's up, y'all? We here. Hey, tap in. We about to start the show in a minute. I just wanted to give y'all a few minutes to come in and get started here. That's all. That's all I'm doing. I hope everything runs smoothly. We got a great show for you guys today. As y'all see, what the main topic is: married men that says yes to 100% of the time, or your own man that says no 45% of the time. And yeah, we kind of got. I'm kind of like I'm on the fence with it. Fat boy. I don't know what he is, but we're gonna talk about it.
Oh, I ain't on the fence.
I ain't on the fence
at all. I ain't on the fence at all. I got something to say today, y'all. I ain't on the fence. Let me let y'all know that.
Yeah. It look like yours. Why does it look like you freezing on yours?
Homie, I'm good over here. I got green bars and everything.
I guess on my other computer. I'm looking at too many computers and stuff. That's probably why.
Focus, man.
I know, man. I got too much stuff going on. I better pay attention to the one. This one actually look good. It look good. At least it look good on Facebook. Holler at us. Let us know y'all in. I see we see the people. We see y'all, but we don't see y'all. You know what I mean? Y'all not commenting. Let us know y'all here so we can go ahead and get this show started. I know y'all waiting. Close that. Yeah. Don't make me play my video again. That's my jam for the week.
Yeah, because we cool on all that fake shit.
We cool on that fake shit. We are cool on that fake shit. All right. Liz. She's in the house. Are you driving? Babe, are you driving? You ain't supposed to be watching and driving. What's wrong with you? She's on her Facebook, look like. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna get this started in a second. But y'all, you should be driving and watching, you know what I'm saying? Because when you driving, I'm a distraction, you know what I'm saying? All this handsomeness, all this smooth, make you run into something. No, I'm just teasing. Pay attention to the road.
Hey, y'all, there you go again. You're shopping. Look at it. He always shopping.
Shopping. I ain't shopping. I got one now, dog. I got one.
What do he say?
So,
He say, women be shopping, women be shopping. You know what he said?
No stuff. We ready, man? I hope I hit the right start.
I'm ready,
thing.
man.
Here we go, y'all. All right, we about to get it started in 5, 4, 3, 2. Ooh.
All our illusions will disappear, and all the reasons start to fade.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Reasons, the show where you can give your reasons why you think what you feel about what we're talking about today. We should know this, man. We say no.
Dear brother, how do y'all deal with erectile dysfunction when you're in a relationship?
I wouldn't know how to do it unless I had it. And remember, if they're talking about you behind your back, they behind you for a reason. Peace. I love y'all.
Let's go. Hey, man. Every time I see that beginning, dude, I kind of get, I start missing our old production little team. You know what I'm saying? I start missing that. My boy Nigel, you know what I'm saying? My boy Nigel was laying it down. We're going to get you back, though. We're going to get you back because we're going to be on some real stuff later on. But anyway, welcome to Reasons, you guys. The place where you can come and give your reason as to what we're talking about today. And I'm your boy Fuel.
It's your boy Fat Boy in the building. You already know what type of time we on. We here.
I'm up here looking at other cameras and stuff because you.
Oh, you thought I was delayed? No. I was just waiting on you to finish.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Who's Eddie? Eddie Jean Anderson is watching on Facebook. We appreciate you watching.
Come on over to YouTube now.
Yeah, come on over to YouTube and start checking us out on there because we can see your comments and stuff like that and answer a lot quicker. You know what I mean? But for today, you guys, we got a hell of a topics going on. So let me run it down to y'all real quick. We're going to be talking about the Titanic capsule tragedy. We're going to talk about Chicago shooting with Carlisha. Carlisha Hood and her 14-year-old son. If you guys haven't heard about that shooting, there was a crazy thing going on. Hey, mom's in the house. I see you, moms.
Hey, Mom.
We're going to be talking about married men that says yes 100% of time, or oh no, wait a minute. How'd it go, Fat Boy?
It's
married men that says yes 100%.
That says yes 100% of the time.
Right.
Or your man that says 45% of the time.
Right. So we want y'all to tap in on that, weigh in on that, or whatever. Give us y'all, huh?
That's a good question.
Right. We got that, and then we also going to be talking about history and blackness with Angela Davis, and I'm sure Fat Boy got the hook up on that. He always do. Then we talking about should a man have to battle being head of the household and taking lead in their relationship? Should he have to battle doing with that? Let us know. And then we got a dear brother, dear sister. Y'all gonna have to stay tuned and wait for that. And I'll give y'all, let y'all know, and y'all can answer and respond from there. All right. So that's what's up, man. Let's get into it, man. So I guess the first thing, man, we want to get into is this whole thing about the Titanic, right? Which is pretty much, man. I don't even want to repeat what you said earlier though. What you were saying earlier, what it was. Go ahead, repeat it.
I said it's rich white people with money shit. That's what it is. It's rich white people shit, y'all. I'm sorry. It's like it's not. You know how people be like, oh, black people love chicken type shit. It's not that kind of stereotype. It's just what rich white people do. They jump out of planes. They go on the Titanic capsule submarines to find the Titanic. They bungee jump. They
What,
they climb
what was
Mount
it?
Everest, shit like that. Yeah, rich.
So what was it? In case you guys didn't know or whatever, or for the people that didn't know, kind of give them a little bit as to what happened with this submarine. And here's a picture of the submarine right here. If you guys want to see, it's
French,
actually the Titanic sub. Go ahead.
well, a French millionaire. I got his name in here somewhere. And a couple of his buddies wanted to see the wreckings and the remains of the Titanic, which is a ship that crashed in 1910. They made a great movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, and it's about 3,800 meters down below sea level, and so they basically signed up with a contract explorer with Ocean Gate, who built this sub, and it was supposed to get them to the crash site. Well, there were they paid $250,000 per person. There was a lot of red tape and issues saying that if it rises too fast, it'll implode. If it goes down, if it loses oxygen, it'll implode. And so the people who were boarding the vessel knew that it could be potentially fatal. Went down there, and what happened was they just lost the submarine. And in the process of them losing the submarine, it was a big scare. They were worried because it was going to run out of oxygen, and they knew that it was going to implode. About time that they found it, they realized that it had imploded. They actually did make it to the Titanic, the remains of the Titanic, but everybody was basically DOA, dead on arrival, or marked as dead as soon as they found them. And then
now, wasn't the thing they were trying to say they had like 48 hours to live, but then they actually found it before that 48 hours was up and they was already dead.
Yeah, the air. That was what I was saying about the oxygen and the and they had enough oxygen in there. But like I was telling Fuel, I think, I'm always a conspiracy theorist, but I feel like if I pay $250,000 for anything, even though it could be potentially fatal, that $250 I gave you removes all that. All the potential of fatality. The moment I and give you $250, that all fatality is gone. So I'm disappointed in them when I see the ship. If you could put the ship up again, when I see the structure, it doesn't look safe. It doesn't look like it's worth $250,000. Right. I think that it shouldn't have been built with only 48 hours, right? With $250,000, every possible scenario should have been put into play. I think that's why I was telling Phil. I think that they sent them out there to be killed.
Actually, for a submarine, you know what I'm saying, especially for a sub. Of course, you have millions of big subs, of course, you know what I'm saying? So
that ain't never
that's never had that happen. And you're talking about, just a smaller little sub or whatever, and this happens, it makes you wonder, like, why it wasn't built the way, like you said, to be, indestructible. And then also, they're investigating, thinking that, the wire, with the wiring or something like that, either the water seeped in or whatever and leaked the ship of the sub to corrode the wires or whatever, and then the faulty wires caused all this to happen. But it is the question. It's kind of like, either it's been tested or was it tested or whatever enough to be putting people, just regular people down there like that or whatever, or or could it be a conspiracy theory going on with it as well? I don't know. That's the question. But like you said, it is like rich people stuff or whatever that I know they're going well. I don't know too many black people that would do that anyway. As far as and too many white people that's not rich that would do that.
Funny,
you know what I'm saying? It's just movie,
It's funny you said that. After seeing the movie, I always wanted to do it, but this ends all of that speculation. But I always kind of wanted to go down. I always wanted to like discover the city of Blackness and stuff like that because I'm a history buff. So I wouldn't have mind seeing something like that. But I definitely wouldn't have gotten that little ass thing. I would have been like, y'all gonna have to come back with something better than that.
Right.
That 48. When I heard 48 hours, I would have been like, hell no. It should have been at least a month worth of oxygen in that motherfucker because you never know
that part too as well.
Never know what's going on out there. It should have been built.
That's true. But that's it. But again, that's if that was really the case.
And then it should have had a compressor. Should have had a certain type of infrastructure at first surrounding it, and then it should have had a pressurized cabin that wouldn't have let no air in. Just kind of like either a spaceship or a real submarine. So I feel like it ain't like we don't have the technology to make sure that this didn't happen. I think that somebody just pretty much dropped the ball.
Yeah. Let's shout out. Hey, Marlon's in the house. Hey, family. He says so. Sorry he's late. Pray for y'all. Pray y'all doing well and getting rich. Well, we doing well. I don't know about getting rich. I'm richer. I got $1 more than yesterday.
You get rich.
I got $1 more than yesterday. But look like Veg is in the house. What's up, Veg?
What's
Veg
up,
says, screw the sub. What about the affirmative action? And then Mom's Mom's responded for real. They didn't want them to go down there. Everyone knows that there's a lot of secret information surrounding the Titanic. At Fat Boy, or of course, they did. And that's what she was responding to you as well.
I think it's because I think they sunk the Titanic. I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. One thing I know about America, man.
Hold on. So were they deep diving to the real Titanic? Is that what that was doing? Is that what was going on?
Yeah, they were going to find the actual ship.
Wow.
They got there, but they died.
Wow. See, I didn't realize.
They found them at the site of the Titanic wreck.
Wow.
Because once the iceberg, sunk it fell to the bottom of the ocean, and I'm pretty sure it's at the bottom sea level. So that's deep.
Wow.
And, water, I always want to go down there because it's like a whole new world down there because it's so low. It's a lot going on down there. It's a lot going on in the water.
Wow.
In the ocean.
Wow. Well, prayers go out to the families, that passed. I think one young lady lost her husband and her son, man, at the same time, you know what I'm saying? So prayers go out to them and their family that, they get through this tragic event that's happened. Speaking of tragic event, let's talk about the next one, man. Oh my goodness. This was, you guys, I'm sure y'all been hearing it on the news all week. Y'all seen it on all the social media platforms where the Chicago shooting where a young lady by Carlisha, I think I'm saying it right, Hood, and her 14-year-old son shot a young man in the back because he was fighting or trying to beat up his mom, but there's a lot said and going on. So for those of you guys that don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to at least kind of give y'all a little video as what's happening, whatever. If y'all living under a rock, well, most people just don't either read certain TikToks or whatever, but I'm gonna go ahead and just play some of this for you guys so you can kind of understand where we're coming from as we get into this topic here. All right. I'll do it. Here we go.
Yeah. Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry, but I guess you know now.
Read the text, you guys. It's basically letting you know that when she walked into the restaurant, started arguing with a guy. you hear me, Fatboy?
Yeah, I'm looking.
We took a trip, now we on your block, and it's like a ghost town. Baby, where did these niggas be at when they say they doing all this and all that? Tired of beefing you bums, you can't even pay me enough to react. Been waking up in the crib, but sometimes I don't even know where I'm at. Please don't pay that nigga songs in this party, I can't even listen to that. Anytime that I run into somebody, it must be a victory.
Oh, fool! Who? Get in the car? Who? Nay. Get your food! Get your food! If you say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out. Oh my God, say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out.
So, man, oh man. That's horrible. That's horrible. I mean, every time I see that, man, I'm like, it gives you some anger because it's kind of like, if you hit my mama like that,
I'm gonna kill your stupid ass too.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you basically, I mean, this dude put it all in, like, you know, like he was ready to kill her. He was ready to kill her, beat her to death. You know what I mean? So I think that one of the questions were, and a lot of people was trying to weigh in on, was the fact that, you know, she had texted and told her son to come, you know, to grab a gun or whatever, you know, and come in and shoot him. You know, there's a lot, I think, probably ahead of that could have been going on that we don't know about. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, why, for one, why the mother have the gun in the car? Two, why was he prepared to text? Why was she prepared to text him in case this guy does something?
I mean, the number one question is why the fuck he put his hands on that woman? That's
true too. Well, that is true.
Question, man.
That's true. I'm just saying the stuff that led up to it is what I'm asking. That's all I'm asking.
That's what led up to it. It looked like he was the aggressor. So I would have to see the full videos of it, but it just looked like he was the aggressor. It looked like he was having a bad day.
He definitely was the aggressor. Yes, he was. He definitely was the aggressor.
Bad day. And she, you know, black woman fashion came in, ain't playing no motherfucking games, you know. Ain't having that. Don't give a fuck about your day. Period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And she must have came in and they had words. And because she didn't back down to him, he kind of escalated the situation.
Right.
And then with the young man, he kind of did what any other young man would do. Now, do I agree with the gun being introduced to the situation? Not necessarily, right? I think that's when kind of things it changes or escalates further. But that's the reaction you get when you put your hands on somebody's mother, man. I think a lot of times, you know, you think you super bad and you can beat or whoop anybody, you know, but a man will kill you about his mother. And as you see, so I think that this shows two lessons. One, you need to keep your hands off of people. Keep your hands to yourself. Two, you never know who you dealing with. I think a lot of times we think you think you tough, man, and you don't know who. You don't know it's you gonna be taken out by a 14-year-old.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, that's. I mean, definitely it shouldn't have escalated to that point or whatever. It's a shame that, you know, a mom had to put her son, a 14-year-old kid, in that type of predicament as well too, because now this kid got to live the rest of his life knowing that he actually took a person's life. You never know what toll that is mentally is going to take on to those, you know, to that kid or whatever. You know, so that's bad in itself as well. But I think pretty much I don't think anybody could say, "Oh, I wouldn't have did that." You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure.
I would, you know what I'm saying? Because you just never know when especially if someone's threatening your loved ones or whatever, right in your face or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And your only way of protecting her is to either, you know, get a gun or take something and hit them, whatever, and try to beat them to death, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So that's that's the bad part. The other thing is, the good thing is that they did find them not guilty, and all the charges was dropped or whatever in order. I mean, for them to go home or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Everything was dropped. The charges was dropped. They basically, feel bad about the whole situation. She went on social media or the news and did a apology to the families, to her family, to her, the victim's family, all that stuff, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It was like a tragic thing that just happened, and it's messed up the way it happened. But now they may not, I don't know if they can even stay in their own town, because even the families of the victim, you know what I'm saying, feel like it was unnecessary and they might want revenge on, you know what I mean? So it escalates to that from that point. Her son has to look out, going to school and stuff like that, got to look out for people, of this guy's family that may be wanting revenge on him. You know what I mean? So it's a whole messed up thing. So and it's not a good thing for neither side of the families, to be honest with you. But the man was 100% totally wrong, and to be trying to hit that woman like that, for hitting that woman like that. You know what I'm saying? Period. So I hope this is a lesson.
I'm playing devil's advocate on this.
Yeah.
Did that slap? Of course, it cost him his life, but was it worth his life?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It was not worth his life, because I think the thing is he shot him once, and as the guy was walking away, he shot him again in the back. Both shots was in the back. It wasn't like while he was on his mama, he just pop like that. I think the guy was either trying to get away or whatever, and the son shot him again. You know what I'm saying? No, it wasn't worth his life at all. Something like that is not worth anyone's life, in my opinion. Marlon said little bro did the right thing. He did what any man on earth would do to protect his moms. Yes. Yeah, that is true. And then he said,
Marlon, you wild as hell. Marlon said,
he said, no.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, says, nah, I don't agree. If you yelling at my mama, you getting dealt with, no questions asked.
That's true.
Absolutely.
But kill you, I ain't
gonna necessarily kill you. Because see, in California, I'm gonna let y'all know that shit ain't gonna play right in California. You going to jail for the rest of your fucking life. That shit. Yeah. See, y'all got the privilege of that shit in Chicago and the Floridas and the Georgias. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
That shit, you shoot a man in the back in California, you going to jail in life. Ask Uncle Mike. You better stop playing. And then he's in jail doing 31 years to life because he shot a man in the back. You can't shoot a man in the back in California.
You're saying that they wouldn't have got.
I don't fuck what
you know what though? But I think the thing what mostly got him off is the videotape. You know what I mean?
But in California,
and the level of threat that it was, you know what I'm saying? You could see the anger the guy had and how far he went back, like he was going to kill. It was like either kill or be killed type of situation, I think. But you don't think in California.
You hear me?
If you think if that happened in California, that actually they would have
sent his ass to death row. This is California don't play. They don't care. They don't care about that shit. So I
don't care about. You're saying California don't care about right or wrong.
They don't give a shit about that.
Yeah.
In California, that's two brothers off the street, one killed and then one in prison. So that's a double. It's a double whammy for them. So they gonna do that easy every time. So I say that to say, you go in, you defend your mom, you whoop that man's ass, but in some places, you could have potentially took yourself away from your family for that. And I also feel like we also have to start to. I'm not saying he right or he wrong. I'm just saying that we got to start to think better in the moment. Because what if the police didn't have to drop those charges? And what if, as a mom, you were being attacked, and yes, you asked for your son to save you, but now your son is facing
Right.
Murder without the life without the possibility of parole. And yes, he did what he was supposed to do, but or he did what society said he should do, or what he was supposed to do as a son. But now, as a 14-year-old boy, his life is gone. And so when I always tell people this, and ever since Uncle Mike got into a situation, and it's kind of similar to this, I always tell people, when you enter a gun into a situation, it changes the dynamic of that situation tremendously.
Of course.
The moment that there's a gun, it just changes, especially in California. It changes everything. And it could potentially cost you your freedom or your life. And I just hate to see one brother can't control his emotion and his anger and cost him his life because he put his hands on that woman. And rightfully so, we can argue that that's what he got, right? But then on the flip side, we gotta stop being so quick to grab the pistol, man.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, and I my thing is with guns, period, or whatever. I mean, I just don't. I mean, of course, you're going to try your best not to, get to that level, escalate to that level where you have to actually kill somebody or whatever. But then, like you said before, like it's the whole point of him being a 14-year-old kid, and put in that position to have to do something like that, could potentially mess him up for life, mentally. You know what I'm saying? So that's the bad part that I think, I feel about it. Marlon said, no, I don't agree. If you yelling at, oh, wait a minute. I already did that. My bad, Marlon, my bad. Veg said, yep, California, too liberal. That's what Veg is saying. Yeah, Mom said, I can only imagine how the mother felt. I'm glad they found them not guilty, but now they definitely have to relocate. Yes, exactly. Death penalty. Both of them look locked up. Videos are not exact. Oh, well, that's true. I think that's what I was questioning, Mom. That's why I said the video may not be exact. Although the stuff that we've seen or whatever, shows the main tragic acts happening. But that's why I was asking. That's why I was saying something, mentioning before, Fat Boy, is what happened leading up to that. You know what I'm saying? For her to know that she has to text her son and to go get to bring the gun out of the car. Why you carrying around a gun in your car?
That's a whole other situation. And I actually think that
is a whole other thing.
I don't think it looks from the video that he was in a separate car. It looked like he pulled up with somebody.
14? Really?
Yeah.
No, I think they left.
Go back to that first video. It's her car initially, and he jumped out of another car. It's like a black car, her car green. That's what it looked like. He could have just got out of the passenger seat, and it just looked like he got out of the other car, but it looked like he got out of another car. It looked like he came with somebody else.
I'm going through it just to kind of.
I can see her. I think this is kind of how it played out, and I don't know for sure. The nigga was talking crazy in there in the first place. She texted her son, knowing her son.
Then he came in a different car. Man, where were they? Around the corner?
I mean, Chicago ain't that big. It ain't big.
Well, yeah, but still,
it ain't that big to where I can't. It's like LA. They can get anywhere. Draco used to say that all the time. We can get in LA, anywhere in LA in 30 minutes. Anywhere.
Well, if he
the
came
Valley, Hollywood, Long Beach.
At the video. They left in the same car. I can tell you that. I don't know if they arrived in the same car. Yeah.
Well,
Wanda, what's up? Wanda's in the house.
She probably knows he's active, right? A mom know what's going on, so she know he active and she know he outside. And the thing, I'm about to hit it in hell. The thing about society now, the only man in the house to protect the woman is the child because the men are gone. And so her instinct, I'm pretty sure, not having a brother available, not having a man in the house available, the only other person that she can call for protection is that kid. And that that alone is alarming as well. That's something that needs to be addressed that we probably can't address on this show. But that in itself is extremely alarming and scary that our women, due to mass incarceration, due to the elimination of just our races, that our women are their only true protectors are their sons, and their sons are children. And that's scary, man. That's scary. And so you're asking a child to make a decision that a man
decision. Exactly.
And you got
and
the
I'm sure that's
result
one of the reasons why they
that
didn't.
a child is
they
going to
wasn't.
make, right?
Yeah, that's probably one of the reasons they wasn't found guilty. Right. That could have been one. Here at Fired Up, who's that? Who said that here at Fired Up Thursday? Who's that? Is that you, Liz? Who's saying that? I'm looking. Wanda, what's up with you? What's up? Pharrell, what's up? Appreciate you. I'm calling out people on Facebook as well. You know what I mean? But Veg said that I saw a similar case in Texas. 3 kids murdered their stepdad because he raped their half sister. Now, give us more information on that, Veg, because did the kids go to jail, or you know what I'm saying? Did they get the death penalty or what? I think that's what we were talking about as far as the difference between different states that Fat Boy was mentioning as well. Martin said that they send me they'll send me to death row. I'll take it behind my family. Just make sure Suge Knight gives me a chain, and they call and a cell block will make sure I'm good. A chain and a cell block.
Yeah, all right. I think every man feels that way. But it just shows you that you don't know what you're gonna do in the moment.
Really will.
Also, how quick your freedom could be gone, man.
Yeah.
Let's
face the. Oh, go ahead.
Bear says, let's face the facts. Humans have not evolved from fight or flight. Absolutely not. I don't think we ever will. I think it's in our nature. I think that a big part of it is what I learned from my therapy and what I'm learning as I go on this journey is that a big part of that is because of how we were created and raised in society. It's all you know. I think that if you don't fight and you flight, you're a coward. If you fight and you don't flight, you're violent. So I think that
or you're gonna do the time.
So I think that it is something that we'll never get away from. I think that is something that we can start to learn to manage. I think that with the addition of guns and all of this technology, I think that it's easier to go be violent than it is to walk away and talk it out. But I think that's a great point, Veg. But I think that's just the human nature. I think a lot of stuff are human nature, and have been around since before we as people were here.
What do you mean?
Us, our generation, the 21st. I mean, flight or fight been a thing since BC. So I think that's just a part of human flight. When you go into mammals, right? It's a thing. You know, whales, apes. It's a thing. So I think that's just something a part of our DNA.
Willie Will's in the house. What's up, Big Will?
We're here.
The kids were found free of all charges. So that was a case that I guess he was making a point.
Like she said, Texas though. Remember,
it was Texas.
Texas.
Chicago. So what you're saying? You don't believe that if that would happen here in California, that no matter what they're going.
I
think so.
His ass be in jail. Listen to me clear, people.
Hey, I don't know. I'm just saying.
I know someone personally that had a situation at their house. A dude pulled out a pistol. The dude who pulled out the pistol ended up getting killed. And because he got shot in the back, Uncle Mike got 31 years for that shit.
Just because he got shot in the back.
Just because he got shot. Right now, I currently know someone in prison
because
of a scenario like that.
I don't know. I mean, we're but we're talking about what led up to that though, as opposed to
it was a similar situation. It was a violent situation. It was the dude was the aggressor. It was all of that. That shit.
Just the fact that just because he got shot in the back though.
Just the fact he got shot in the back and it's in California, it's a different thing. because here has to be.
So they look at shit. They looking at being shot in the back. That person try to walk away or get away.
Yeah, that's it, and that's not self-defense.
Got
See,
it.
The whole case. See, in places like Texas, Florida, I'm not sure. See, Texas and Florida, they have stand your ground. So you can shoot them up. You can shoot somebody and say that it's self-defense, and they can't do nothing with you. In places like Chicago, they have different stipulations. Here, we have a thing called hand-to-hand combat. So if you pull a knife out on me, I can't shoot you. If you attack me with your hands, I can't stab you, right? It has to be hand-to-hand combat. Another thing is once you turn away, I cannot shoot you. Example, if you come in my house, you rob my house and you kill my wife, and I catch you running out, I cannot kill you. I have to call the police. Because if I shoot you in the back, it's no longer self-defense, it's murder to the first degree.
Wow. That's crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah, so that's a whole other story for a whole other day. Yeah.
Hey, all right, man. Well, let's get into our next thing is the Black history. We're talking about history and Blackness. Yes, and today's topic is Angela. Why for some reason I had Angela Bassett in my head.
I don't know why you have that.
You know who Angela Bassett is, don't you?
I do, of course.
Oh, okay. Well, we're talking about Angela Davis today, but Angela's in my head. I don't know. Go ahead, take it away, fat boy.
Oh, I'm ready for me. Today we have another special one. It's on you now. Look, you gave it on you.
No, go ahead. I got you.
Today we have another special one, one that's near and dear to my heart. My dad is a staunch supporter of this era and this movement. Angela Yvonne Davis, Dr. Angela Yvonne Davis, born January 26, 1944 in Birmingham, Alabama. She grew up in a neighborhood called Dynamite Hill. It was called Dynamite Hill because it was known to be blown up and attacked by Ku Klux Klan. And so she relocated to Los Angeles in the Bay Area, and she kind of brought that vigor and that spirit with her. After getting her bachelor's at Brandell's University, she went to the University of Frankfurt, but then she attended the University of California, San Diego to get her master's degree.
And she still lived, right? She's still living, right?
Absolutely. After that, she transferred to the University of Berlin to get her PhD. Was so phenomenal with her, and she had her master's at such a young age that she taught at UCLA. She was not an honorary. She was a professor at UCLA, but they fired her because this was during the second wave of the Red Scare. If you guys are historians and love knowing anything about history, we went through different levels of Red Scare, which is the Communist Party, where America, if you have any dealings or any interaction with the Communist Party, they kind of outs you. Another one of our guests or another one of our highlights will be, we'll do him later on, but he was also caught up in this prior to her. She's a political activist, author, educator, and Black Panther, American Marxist, a feminist, also a feminist political activist as well, a former political prisoner. Like I said, she taught at UCLA. She was fired due to her association with the Communist Party, but took them to court and got her job back. But after she got her job back, she finished her tenure and her contract in 1970, and she got out of there. Being such a strong supporter of the Black Power movement, she became great friends with some strong prison brothers, man. George Jackson and the Soledad brothers. And in her communication and in relationship with them, she started to be an ally on the streets. And in I think 1971 or so, George Jackson and the Soledad brothers, they took over a courtroom and tried to escape, where a judge was killed and 2 inmates were killed in this escape. because of her involvement. She was on the FBI top most wanted list, and they were looking for her. And for a while, she evaded. She went to Cuba, and she floated around until they got her and nabbed her. And she was a political prisoner for about 18 months, and then she was freed. She was fully acquitted of charges in 1972. After that, of course, she went on to be the great name Angela Davis, a political activist, and began to go into education. She taught and served as a distinguished professor at Henrietta at the University of California, Santa Cruz, where she retired in 2018. And then she's an author, right? She wrote Woman, Race, and Class in 1980. She wrote Blue Legacies and Black Feminism. Gertrude May Rainey, Bessie Smith, and Billie Holiday in 1999. She wrote Abolition, Democracy, Beyond Empire, Prisons, and Torture in 2005. And then she had another book that she published, I think, in 2019. I didn't write it down. But yeah, Angela Davis, Dr. Angela Davis, a phenomenal woman, a staunch supporter of Black activism. We wanted to give her a highlight today, and she's a living legend. I think shit. I want to say.
I think that's why I like the fact that she's still around, she's still busy, she's still what I mean, and she's a part of our Black history. You know what I mean?
Yes,
so let's give our flowers to Miss Angela. Yes, right. Who was that? Veg? Oh no, I think that was. I'm trying to see who this is. I think that's Willie. This is Willie. I think, or is it Willie? Yeah, I think that's Willie. He said it's a big deal to know the laws for each state. That is true. Veg said though, sister, and the Proud Family taught her about Angela Davis.
Yep, I remember those episodes. Yeah.
What, that's an organization, Sisters?
No, Sisters a show.
Oh, the show. Oh, really? Yeah, I remember Sisters. I forgot how it goes, but yeah, I remember that show.
Sister.
Yeah. Ain't that with the twins, right?
Uh-huh.
Maya, or whatever her name is. Yeah,
Tia,
I think that
Tamara.
is. Tia and Tamara. Yeah, that's it. I knew. Yeah. I watched the he used to be on Family Matters. I was gonna say I still watch Young and the Restless, the dude, the little boy. But anyway, that's a whole other story. All right, man. Let's get into this next one. What we got? We gonna get into the main topic?
Yeah, I guess we get into that main topic.
Get into the main topic. All right. So you guys, we're talking about married men that says yes 100% of the time, or your own man that tells you no 45%. Which one would you rather have? And I'm gonna shout out this one to at 85.6 Entertainment, because I did get this footage from him. Yeah, I got this footage from him because it's crazy for those of y'all that may think y'all know how people was think or what they would say and the answers that they would give. You'll be surprised. Let's see if I can find it. Oh man, I got it here. You won't be surprised, dog?
Not at all.
Let me see if I can even pull it up. I thought I had it up here already. Let me see how. Let me see. Oh yeah. Let me go. All right. But anyway, yeah. So here's some of the answers, man, that I've gotten, at least from people for this particular topic. If I could, I thought I had it, man. No, don't tell me I ain't got it. Oh, shoot. My bad. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. It's coming. Oh, no. You know what? Because where you sent it, do you remember when you sent it to? Oh, there it is. I'm tripping. I am tripping, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. Here it is. Is it playing?
It's playing, but we can't hear it.
Technical difficulties. I thought I had it going.
And they were saying that shit so confident, fuel like that shit disgusting, bro. Hey, bro.
Why? Well, I'm not hearing it though.
Yeah, I know. What you do over there, fuel?
I don't know. It's one of the. Oh, here it is.
Man, do a married man because 9 times out of 10 we sharing these niggas anyway. I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to take the married man. Like, why? I need to be told no sometimes. You can't always get what you want.
Would you rather deal with a married man that never tells you no, or your own man that tells you no 45% of the time?
No, I'm dealing with the married man.
Nah, I take the married dude. I'm sorry.
I'm fucking with the married man.
Married nigga. I'm sorry. Tell me yes. Everything.
Oh, the married nigga. Yeah, give me him. I would deal with my man that tell me no because I'm going to beat him the fuck up.
I'm taking the married guy because why am I with you? You keep saying no for. I think I'm going to go with the married guy.
I don't like the word no, so.
A married man.
The married man. A married man. You're my little secret.
My own guy that tell me no 45% of the time.
A married man.
Okay. So
she had a soul. Fuel. She was sick.
Dude,
she ought to be fucking shame of herself. She ought to be.
But you know, this is so.
This is society today.
It's disappointing. It's really disappointing. Of how the women, no, it's disappointing on how the women think today. The women think today that even if a guy's married or whatever, that they as long as they're getting the yeses out of them, then they're okay. They're fine with it. You rather be just a side chick. You rather belittle yourself to be with someone just for financial purposes or whatever that you're trying to get out of them in order to be happy, I guess, or to get what you want. You're willing to do that as opposed to just getting a man that's going to be real with you and be like, hey, no, I can't do it. His no could be like he just either can't do it, can't afford it, or can't, whatever the reason is behind of it. If you his woman, you should be able to understand why he's saying no, period. That's in a relationship. That's what a real solid relationship is, being with somebody. But you're talking about telling somebody, a man that's going to tell you yes, yes, yes. But then when you ask that man, can you marry him? Is he going to say yes? He going to say no. Because he ain't, you know what I'm saying? That ain't what you for. You ain't worthy when he's doing all the spending and just giving you all the money or whatever to do what you want to do, and then now you want a serious relationship? Nah, I'm cool on you. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's very disappointing with so many on that video. There were so many women that were saying yes or whatever, and there was just one probably out of the 10 or whatever that had common sense and understanding.
Also, if you notice, it was also an age thing too.
That's what I said. That's why I started off with the younger generation.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Girls,
I've never seen any more mature ones say anything, but
it definitely wasn't shocking. But go ahead and jump into them comments, and then I'll go ahead and do my thing.
Yeah. Moms was saying. Where did she say?
Mom says, "Tell me no. It's only 45% of 45 because if your husband tells you yes all the time, he doing it to shut you up, and he'll either cheat or leave you behind. Period. I agree.
Not only cheating, leaving you behind. Yes, he basically, that does gives him opportunity to go and do whatever that he wants. You know what I mean? It does do it. It gives him that. You open that door or whatever. But we're talking about also." Not just with the wife, you're talking about, if he's married and you're just the side chick, you're accepting to be the side chick and you want to hear yes, 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 you know what I'm saying, which belittles yourself, whatever, because obviously you ain't crap if you even messing with a married man anyway. You know what I'm saying? You're a piece of shit. That's what I would say. But anyway, go ahead.
I'm in agreement with you. I think that it's a shame that so many people, for one, would rather be a home wrecker than to be told no. And two, to rather be a second option than to be told no. So here it is, you're the first option, and 55% of the time he's telling you yes. So that's over half of the time. So he's not just telling you no all the time, just under half of the time he's telling you no. But you'd rather be told yes 100% of the time by someone that doesn't even belong to you. And I think you alluded to, but you didn't even, you was close to it, but the one question that you can ask him that he gonna tell you no is to leave his damn wife.
Yep.
And so once he tell you that, it's no longer 100% of the time a no. So I think a lot of times when you hear this shit and you hear these questions, they're so blanketed that you immediately respond and not even give real thought into what you're saying. Because he's gonna tell you no a lot, right? He's gonna tell you no, I can't meet up with you right now. I can send you some money, but no, I can't go on that trip with you next year. Right?
Yeah, but the question though is would you rather though? The question is would you rather? You know what I mean? That's the thing. Would you rather have? Even though reality that it was, yes, you're going to get some no's, of course, or whatever. But they're saying like, would you rather?
I get that, but that's the idea. I'm saying is you basically made my point is they're not even thinking realistically, right? The question is. It just shows you who you are more or less so than you trying to be right? Because there is realistically, right? There's never going to be a situation where you always told yes 100% of the time. But these women have the ideology that exists. That's the scary.
Right. I feel what you're saying.
That even if he's a married man, he could tell you, honey, I'll take that because I want to be told yes all the time. But not even realizing that even with that married man, you're only thinking materialistically. You're not thinking emotionally. You're not thinking spiritually. You're not thinking anything else because there's going to be a lot of things he's going to have to tell you no to because he's giving his time to someone else.
Right.
But what I noticed on the video is, and it didn't shock me, because that they're younger young ladies, is that's just their generation. They wasn't thinking about nothing other than material things. So when the question was posed, they were thinking about finances and finances only. It was only one person that realized.
Well, you know what? It might not be. It might not be finances only because I think it's also time. It's all you have. You might want to spend more time with that married man or whatever the case may be, and you rather that he say yes 100% of the time as opposed to telling her no or whatever. But the whole point is the whole logic behind this whole thing is someone that's already in a relationship. Have a marriage or whatever, and you're accepting and asking this person to tell you yes about anything. You know what I'm saying? That's the bad part. That's the part where at least one of them women, like the one did said no, tell me no sometime because blah blah blah. But when somebody should have been on there between those 10 girls, somebody should have been like, first of all, he's married. I don't give, you know what I mean? You should have came back. Somebody should have came back with the if he's married or whatever, I ain't really trying to mess with him like that or whatever. So just see like something would have came from that as well.
But they wasn't caring. That's why I said they wasn't thinking about any morality. They was thinking solely financial and materialistically. So financially and materialistically, they weren't thinking about anything. They didn't think about how they sound. They didn't think about any of that. It was very tacky and very ratchet. And who am I though? Right? I'm not trying to talk down on people, but it's saying a lot about you where you say you'll rather ruin.
It says about today's society, how little people think, and it's all pertaining towards money and gifts and and material things. You know what I'm saying? So that's the bad part. I want to get into this one with not get into it with her, but put the comment because I thought it was a good comment from Veg. Veg said that my uncle was a married man and told the side chick yes. He cheated for over 5 years and the girl stole $10,000 out of him. Karma.
Yep, that's what his ass did.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and that's basically all I really can say to that. But I just thought it was a good comment. I thought it was a good comment. Thanks for sharing that, Veg. Mom said, "Go ahead, dog."
Mom says, "I cannot relate on that because you shouldn't be a side chick. When you choose to be a side chick, you're a selfish individual, and he doesn't respect you at all." I agree, Mama.
Exactly.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Great point.
Yeah,
Mom's also says, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay. Mom's also says the new generation is okay with being a side chick because it excites them to know I got her husband in my bed and laughing at the wife. When they find they're the joke. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's really it. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, you just have some that just don't care. So like
I don't think they're aware of it because
side chicks to me are like hoes. Bears, to be honest with you, they're just exclusive hoes. That's what I say. A side chick is. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like they just maybe just messing with that one person because they know they're not gonna have a real relationship with that person, but you're sleeping with them and you're spending their money or whatever. That's what a hoe does.
You get all exactly. You get all the benefits.
That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
You get all the benefits of being a girlfriend without actually doing a job as a girlfriend. That's it.
Yeah. Who's that on? Pharrell Thompson. Pharrell Thompson. What's up with you? I hope you're still with us and watching. Appreciate you clapping. Actually go in on YouTube. Go to YouTube so we can get your comments. You know what I'm saying? If you want to say so. I see it on Facebook too, but we see them faster on YouTube, you guys. So matter of fact, if you're watching and you're not on YouTube or you're on Facebook, go ahead and subscribe. All right. Help us out. All right. All right, man. But yeah, I think that was pretty good. Let's get into this next one. I think this is one that's click close to home. Is it? I don't know. Did it click home to you, dog, or what? Should a man have the battle being head of the household and taking lead in their relationship?
It's a good one.
Should a man have to battle?
Should a man have to battle being head of household and taking lead in their relationship?
Should they? That's why I'm glad. Should they have to?
And when I ask that or when I say that
can be.
Because I want to elaborate. I'm happy that you're kind of sticky in there.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is I'm hearing a lot of in this new era. Y'all gonna kill me, my women. Y'all gonna kill me on this one. In this new era of feminism and independence, I'm hearing a lot of I gotta find a man I want to submit to. He gotta earn to be the head of the household. All of this rhetoric about one wanting a man, but then making him earn his place as the man in the relationship. And I think that it's one, a big reason why a lot of women are single. Two, it's a huge reason why divorce rate is so damn high. Because no man is going to battle you for his place in life or in this relationship. And I'm going to tell you why, ladies. No matter if he's a black man, a white man, a man in general has to fight every day to just survive. His mere survival is based off his strength to continue to fighting. Okay? And so what you, in this new society of the independent woman who can work for herself and who can do for herself, who doesn't need a man, or who wants a man but still wants to be independent and not be the woman of yesterday, right? And domesticated and all of those things. That becomes an issue because now the man that you have is fighting to get you to understand and be there. And he's not going to ever do that. It's always going to be a friction, right? Because no matter how independent you grow, our jobs and our position in the household is set in stone. protection, provision, guidance. Those three things is what a man does, what he has to do, and if he does not do them, he's not a man. And so when you begin to challenge that, and you begin when you begin to challenge that and to affect that, it kind of makes that man pull back. And so I asked the question today, should a man have to go through that, right? Should he have to retire his woman so she can fully respect him? Right, because we had that last week. Should he have to take on the burden of the household to even lead it? Why are these questions? Last week we did the 50-50. Why are these questions so relevant if a man by nature is supposed to lead the household? Why am I fighting?
I have to cut. I'm gonna have to cut you from there. Okay, go ahead. Just so I can kind of get in, so you know. It's kind of it's almost has to do with the particular situation, or how you came into that relationship, how y'all started building into having something. I do feel like if I have a woman that has more than me and we're in a relationship, I do have to, as a man, prove prove my leadership. And let me finish. My leadership might not have to be financially, but my leadership has to be in protection. You know what I'm saying? My leadership would have to be, what's taken care of around the house. You know what I mean? That she don't have to worry about, don't have to think about, as opposed to when she was a single woman and had to worry about and think about all this stuff. I'm here to prove that, hey, that I, So in some particular situations, you do have to go into the point of, but you should never be belittled by that person in your relationship and feel like that you can't be the man because you don't make so much. Because, now if you just sitting on your ass and ain't doing shit or whatever the case may be, you ain't the man anyway. Period. Why am I looking up at the wrong light? But you ain't the man anyway. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you do have to prove yourself or whatever just for yourself as a man. You know what I mean? And she has to see that within you or whatever and know that, hey, okay, that's my man. He's the head of the household. He's doing his thing or whatever. Did I cut you off? Let me hold on. I think I had you holy. Say it again.
Okay, so I'm gonna play devil's advocate because I love that you said that. I love you said that, and you're right. You're absolutely right. But here's the contradiction in that, right? Let's flip that, right? Because this is why a whole movement was created. Let's flip that. I'm the man now, and I'm the sole provider of this family, right? And I require you to prove yourself by making sure everything is done that I tell you to do. What does that become? Who am I? I'm not proving, I'm controlling. You don't have to prove shit to me. I'm controlling you. So I think that as men,
that's bad communication. That's bad communication. No. Because if you basically
hold on. Right. It's the same exact thing you said. It's I make more money. And she should, right? It's me telling her that she has to, because I make more money and I'm taking care of the household, she has to prove to herself. That don't even sound right when a man says
no, not prove to herself. No, I'm saying in a relationship, you prove a certain role in that relationship as to being the one. Like you said, for your example, like you just said, like you said, if you basically proving, okay, say for instance, if I'm the breadwinner, right, or whatever, and I have a woman and she comes along or whatever, yes, as my woman, she will have to prove herself as my, and I'm not saying in a way to
exactly.
I'm not saying is that the focus or whatever. I'm just saying in mentality. In your mentality, you should be like, you know what I'm saying? Well, my man's doing this. Well, she's not at home. I got to take care of this while he's not home. I got to take care of that. That's a mental thing in the communication between each other that y'all should already, discuss or have or whatever in order for that relationship to bond and grow. You know what I mean? So you can't look at it.
Absolutely right. But listen, let me tell you something. That was the society perpetuated man answer, because guess what you had to do? The moment you said that, you had to correct yourself because it did not sound right coming out of your mouth.
Hold on, I had to correct what part? What part?
The moment you begin to say that she has to prove herself, you begin to become uneasy and
because you were sticking proving as a different measure.
No. Proving is proving.
That's what I thought.
Hold on. No, proving is proving. If I gotta prove to her, she gotta prove to me. But do you see how you had to mold it over when you said that about a woman? So why is it so cut and dry for a man? When you said it about a man,
I feel where you're coming from.
When you said it about a man, it was direct. A man got to prove himself because she make more money. Boom, boom, bam. Right? It was cut and dry. But the moment you try to say it about a woman, the shit's so cold, Fuel, you didn't even think you did it. That's how.
No, I can recollect what you were saying.
You know
what I said. Yeah.
That you did it because even as men, and I see it all the time, we perpetuate the shit. We perpetuate. Oh, I gotta prove to her. I know the fuck I don't. I prove to her by my actions and being solid instead of 10 toes down in this relationship. My money value, what I contribute
that's still proving.
In the relationship has nothing to do with that. But
that's still proving yourself. That's still proving yourself. Although you, and to be honest with you, you're right. Either way, I probably wouldn't use the word "proven" in our conversation.
I know you would.
With my woman, I don't have to say, "Babe, I'm gonna prove myself." You know what I'm saying to you. I don't have to be in that. You know, it's just an understanding and communication as to what each other's role is, where the role is of a man. You know, if the man wants to take the role of being a man of the house, the man has to show the role of being the man of the house. You know, same vice versa. If you're the woman of the house, the woman has to show the role of being the woman of the house. You know, so I wouldn't use the word prove anyway for myself. But I'm saying, being that we brought it up, and the way that we brought the conversation up or whatever was being proven it, then it was kind of, you know, that's kind of why I went that way. I do understand your point as to how I kind of changed the difference from the guy and the woman. Yeah, I got you.
What I say is, I say that to say that I think that as men, we perpetuate a lot of shit that's like our demise, and I've been saying this shit since day one. I realize, and we can Google this shit and look this up. Men die before women. Our lifespan is way shorter than women, and a lot of it is because we take a lot of burdens that we should not. And this is just the fact of it. But we have been a society, and society taught us that we're not men if we don't take on these burdens, and that is bullshit. That shit causes cancer.
Hold on. Back up. Say it again.
I said that we have been molded in society to basically, in so many words, conform to what society say a man is. And that's just, we take on a lot. And that's why we out of here. That's why a lot of shit happens to us. We die a lot of illnesses that eat us from the inside because we take on a lot of burdens. Not to say that the woman is not taking on any burdens. I don't want to hear that. What I'm saying is, because men, one, don't know how to properly articulate the emotions and the burdens that they take on. That affects them. And then also, when you try to prove into a narrative that is unreal, right? I am not always perfect, and I am not always strong. And the moment that as men we start to address that and still demand and require respect and to be lead, then we will stop perpetuating our own failure. Because what we're doing is we're saying that I'm always weak. We're saying that I'm always strong and I got it. But then we have times of vulnerability and weakness. And she can't take the weakness because we told her we're strong. You get what I'm saying? We're contradicting ourselves.
Well, you really don't have to contradict yourself if your communication and she's not going to think of you as being a weakness just because something happens or whatever to the point where where you may be weak. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like if that woman knows you and you communicate and your communication is good, she knows you as her man. She knows you strong, but she also knows that you're human. She also knows that you have feelings as well. You know what I'm saying? So not theoretically, she should already know.
Right. Theoretically.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Theoretically, she should know that. You know what I'm saying? If you're in the community, if you communicate, if your communication is great, if your communication with your relationship is solid or whatever, then she would know that. She would know that. You know what I'm saying? She would not look at you as a weakness at all or whatever, just as the fact that, hey, something happened. You're a person that has
something that I've learned is women can't take communication from men as you think that they can. I'm going to
hold on. You said women can't take. No.
Some women cannot take the wrong. Hold on.
No, they can take it. It's just that they don't. It's the difference of them being able to take it and them to be able to agreeing on everything that basically within that communication. And y'all don't agree with it.
Understand? I'm saying understand. This is based off my experience.
Mm-hmm.
Off my experience in dealing with vulnerability, women can't take it because of the perpetuation that men do. It's I get it, right? You don't want to be seen as this, so you gotta live up to this. I'm old school gangster. See, the difference between me and average men, I looked up to a lot of pimps, and pimps don't play that shit, period. It's all out of their ass. But I got a great mother who taught me better than that.
Yeah, so that's the same here. That's the whole point here. It's kind of like
I say that to say is I hear a lot of men say shit that they don't even agree with themselves, but they only say it because we supposed to say it.
Say it again.
And I hear a lot of men agree to shit, say shit that they agree with, but they don't really agree with that shit behind closed doors. That's why Kevin Samuels was so powerful. Because a lot of the shit he would say, men were thinking, but because they're afraid not to get no woman or they're afraid not to get no interaction or intimacy with the opposite sex, they shut down and say, oh no, a real man, a real man gonna tell you how you feel.
When you say Kevin Samuel, that touches a bad spot for me because he said some things that made sense, some things or whatever, but everything when you basically talking to a woman in a certain way, a disrespectful way, a different demeanor, and trying to belittle them in certain ways in order to talk so-called try to get your point across. You know what I'm saying? It's not a correct way to communicate and talk to a woman. Period. Now, some of the things that he may say, how women may want something to from a man or whatever because they're strong, because they're whatever. You know what I'm saying? Some of that stuff, yes, that's true. But when you basically saying it in a way that's going to belittle a woman, and feel like you're just saying it because that's what a woman have to hear. Because they not hearing it, and most men don't want to say it, and most men don't want to talk about it. No, bullshit. That is bullshit. You just don't do it. Basically, because you're disrespecting. You're basically trying to make her feel like a certain type of way or whatever, as opposed to trying to communicate and understand and also relate back to her what you're hearing and what you can see from that and want to try to fix. And try, you know what I'm saying? You have to come in that way in order to commit. Now, do everybody do that? No, everybody don't do that.
I'm shocked at you today, Phil.
I'm just saying. No, because when you talk about Samuels, dude, that kills me because and I didn't say it. Some of his stuff is correct. Some of the stuff he talked about is right, but it's only when he talk about it with somebody else because he knows somebody else will put his ass in his place at that time. And I've seen it happen.
Listen to what I'm trying to point that I'm trying to make because I hear you, and I love where you're going with it. But it sounds good, but it's bullshit, Phil. It's all bullshit. The fact that is. Everybody says that, but a lot of that times that we was catching his shit, it will be clip based. It's almost how they did Kanye, where they only gave you the negative clip. But they don't take
No,
that.
no, nigga. I watched the whole shows. I watched them.
Let me finish.
I watched them live.
He only get like that when they start disrespecting the man and saying that what they bring to the table is more powerful than what the man brings to the table. It's key that and so what let's know is
so you don't have to try to go back. That's just like
so what's the difference? Okay, so what's the difference in between a woman saying that him saying that if you 40 and boom, you this. What's the difference between a woman saying that if you 40 and boom, you this? What's the difference?
What's the difference? It's not even a difference. The point is this is the thing. Is if you're talking to someone and you're communicating or whatever, and it's not being offensive to that person, don't mean that I have to agree to because they feel like they're telling you something that you don't want to hear. I'm not going to agree to that. Because if you basically saying it to the point where you're trying to hurt somebody's feeling or whatever, and that's where that conversation is going, is you're hurting someone's feelings, you're trying to belittle them or whatever in order to get your point across, that's bullshit. You can have a better conversation. You can think better than that or whatever in order to get your point across is what I'm saying. And that goes on both ends, on the man, woman, or a man or a woman's end. That's where that comes in when communication is done correctly with a couple. Or with someone talking to someone else to try to get information. Like some people might be just gluten for the punishment. You know what I'm saying? That's how some people are. They just want to be, gluten for the whole thing or whatever. But that's not the point. You know what I'm saying? The whole point is that when it comes down to it or whatever, is your communication with that person is the way that you're going to actually really get your results. You know what I mean? And you're not going to get results if it's something that's going to be demeanor or whatever when it comes to even as far as the relationship goes, being in the head of the household. You know what I mean? If the communication is not there, then you're going to have problems trying to be the man of the house or whatever. When you moved in or whatever, and she knows what you're bringing to the table, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That communication shouldn't even be a question. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't even be a question. You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of like, hey, you done went in this household or whatever, and whatever income that you're making, whether you're the head, you're making the most or you don't, y'all already should have a understanding and agreement as who's running what. But when it comes to me, for me, it's kind of like if I'm in a household of anybody in any relationship or whatever, and I'm a man or whatever, I have to protect. I have to do things or whatever the case may be or whatever. And that's because I am the man. I'm not going to look for her to go run and beat up somebody or run downstairs if we hear a knock or something like that. I'm not going, you know what I'm saying? But no, I'm going to sit up there and be like, well, hell, you the head of the household. Go check it out. Go see. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to do that.
Listen.
I know.
Hey, listen. I feel like that's just part of it too. It's like you can't be head of the household on some shit and then not head of the household on all shit. You got to pick your way.
That's the truth.
You got to pick your way. And I keep saying that, and it goes back to what my point is. You got to pick your poison.
Monster, we got off topic is about the. Yeah, we did get off topic a little bit. We started talking about.
So, question. Just answer the question. So, I'm guessing that you do feel men should have to prove themselves to be head of household.
I say proving it is the wrong word.
Okay.
To be honest with you, proof is the wrong word. The communication between each other and understanding what each other's role is in a household should show who's the household of the family. I mean, who's the head of the family, which is basically should be the man anyway.
What if this is my question? So what if in her eyes, and this is all theoretical. It's not me, this is not you.
Mm-hmm.
But what if you were in a relationship and in her eyes, to gain her full respect or to gain a full head of household, you have to take on the burden of the whole house and all of the finances. But you're not in that position.
Well, in her eyes, if that's the case or whatever, that should be communicated before I even come in.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
That should be.
Okay. So what if you guys were on a certain level of communication and things do change, right? People change, and now what was acceptable isn't acceptable anymore. What do you think?
For real?
The question is
no.
The question I'm looking for is a yes or no answer. Should you fight or should you not?
Should you what?
Should you fight or should you not?
Should you fight or should you not?
Should you have to fight or should you not have to fight? That's the answer. I just answered the question.
But you can't answer a yes or no if you because you just asked the question. You just asked the question. No, you just asked the question. You just asked the question, right? You just said, if it changed. So if it changed within the time that you guys get there or are in the midst of it, and the situation changed, and then and the question is who the head of the household from that point. Then that's on y'all communication as to, well, hey, if I'm not able to make this much or whatever, and this is what you're looking for, obviously I'm not the man for you. That's what it really comes down to. Some people are afraid because some people get in that particular situation where they're scared to say, oh, this ain't gonna work then.
Oh, I ain't.
No. It's not between. No. I'm saying in general, that's what happens.
I just had to throw that out there. Oh, I ain't one of them people. I'm gonna tell you.
But generally, that's what happens. That's what happens, and it prolongs the relationship because now y'all wondering, like who's the head of the house or what that person think because they make more or whatever. Now you got that lingering on you throughout the relationship, and eventually that's gonna die down. Eventually, that's gonna get wore out to the point where one of y'all gonna quit. One of y'all gonna be like, look, this ain't working for me. When y'all could have just avoided it from just having that right conversation because she probably expected something different before I moved in, and once I got there, she changed, or he changed, whoever it's he or she, whoever it is changed or whatever. We got topics here real quick. I feel men gotta be strong. That's what Veg said. Mom said, oh, that's what she said. We was off topic. Yeah, we back on topic now. No, the man is head of the house. It's not about money. What? Yeah, and that's what we're saying. That's what I agreed to over there. That's what I said because you have roles that you have to have, and that should be understood when you first move in, or when y'all first move in a place together. However y'all get together, you know what I'm saying? That's basically what it is. That's how it is. And she said, plus difference does money. What's the plus sign for? I don't understand that part. Oh, I guess she said plus different. Oh, she was saying what? Anyway, plus difference does money make if you allow the man to be in his rightful position. This is why we as people are so divided because we don't know our positions. That part. Oh my God. Hopefully I'm gonna have a topic on that probably next week, man, because there's a lot of women, and I say older women, whatever, that are starting to put things on social media. And it's not a lot of them, but it has been to where they're, understanding what their role is, what their position is in the relationship, as opposed to trying to be a defensive or trying to be the head of the household, as you said, or whatever the case may be. It's just knowing your role. And that's where we'll talk more into that about, next week as well.
Know your fucking place.
Knowing your role. That part.
Know your place.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And that's
know your role on this team.
Right.
Everybody ain't a shooter.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You both can't be the leader.
You play defense.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody rebound the ball. You know?
In any situation when you see somebody's winning, it's because there's a Batman and there's a Robin. You know what I'm saying? There's always, it's a team effort in the whole point of success in a relationship, a team effort in the success of partnership or whatever, friendship and everything. You know what I'm saying? It's basically you got to know your role, So we're going to get into that. We'll get more into that next week, man. All right, man. That was
his dear brother, dear sister.
Yeah, that was a little.
I got a little heated. I got hot over here.
Right. All right, let's get into the next one, man. Dear brothers and dear sister. You want to put it up? There you go. Because you can't read this one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's okay. This is from moms actually.
Mm-hmm.
Says, dear brother, dear sisters, do you feel there's less people getting married in African American communities because of a lack of woman femininity? And once again, the question is, do you feel there's less people getting married in the African American community because of a lack of woman femininity?
Okay.
So I'm gonna let you go.
No, well, what? How do you define, or what's your meaning for the lack of women femininity?
I think it goes into knowing your place, understanding your position as the wife, under position of your role.
Well, because I can look at
kind of what we talking about, understanding that. I think that also we've also accustomed ourselves to dealing with the society's new woman, right? And not understanding that there should be a common ground and understanding that within her femininity, because you're fighting to keep her in her femininity, you're not realizing that that's something that should come with you being the head of the household. Does that make sense?
Yeah, want to say it again though?
Because we continue to fight for their femininity and for them to live in their femininity, we don't understand that is something that it should come with you as being the head of household. Because I'm the protector and the provider, and I am, no matter if I'm handling my role as the man of this house,
right?
You should live in your femininity. It should not have to have a title on it. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Right? It should not have to have, well, he make more money, so I gotta be in the house, or he's this. No, if I am doing the best of my abilities and making sure you're good, should I have? It goes back to our question: should I have to fight for you to be in your femininity? And so to answer the question, I do think that is starting to become an issue, especially in the African American community. Because our women are so strong and because she's been the backbone of our culture for so long, and she's held so many burdens that once she's tired of holding all the burdens, and society tells her that she should not, because as men we're not worth it. Just being honest, the black man is just not worth that. You living in that femininity, and so I do think that in our community, the reason why black men are going outside the race is because we can't necessarily find black women to stay in their femininity. And then I think the reason why we find
that.
Oh, of course.
The
reason why I think you see black women going to other races is because of the financial stability and the emotional stability, because black men and the trauma that we faced and not being able to properly deal with it. So I do think both sides play a part in the woman's lack of femininity. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say this. I don't speak for everybody else or whatever, but I never look at it as a black and white. I look at it as happiness. Look at it as communication. I look at it as the results of what we're gonna have or can have together, no matter, because say like if you're a black woman and I got the right conversation and we got the right whatever, then yes, I'm gonna be with that black woman. But if I'm with an Asian, if I'm with a white woman or a Latino woman or whatever, if our communication is just something that I'm not getting from that I've tried to maybe have with a black woman or whatever, I'm not going to exclude that other person of being a good person because that's who they are, just because of the color of their skin. Period. It's just basically it doesn't come down to the. I'm not gonna just chill with a black woman because she's black and whatever, and she's got all this mouth or doing all this other thing, the sass, whatever, and that's the only reason I'm not messing with her. But the whole point is me and this person, the person, not the color or whatever. It's the person and within themselves or whatever is doing are communicating with me, and I'm communicating with them. I'm giving them what they want. They give me what I need. We working as a partner. We working as a whole or whatever. I don't care. It doesn't matter. But yes, there has been society has built things for Black women to be independent and stuff or whatever, to take away that femininity from them or whatever, and make them feel like they have to be the one that running things. And that's what that does break down on the men in that community too, because it's kind of like, well, hell, if she's trying to be Miss Bossy, in the house as well, outside the household, then I can't deal with that. You know what I mean? And that's all the attitude on that person. Now, every woman, some women know now they can be a boss, in the corporate world, they can be a boss outside of the house. But when it comes down to the, in the house, and Ved just put a point down there as well. She said, I'm the captain, but she's the coach. And basically, that's basically how a relationship really works, because when all said and done, you're going to listen to what your woman tell you. You know what I'm saying? Because, she knows that at least she's going to know the best things or whatever to work around whatever situation it is, whatever. And when that person is that person that you're going to rely on for information or decision making or whatever, when it comes down to it for both of you guys' decisions. You see what I'm saying? So that's why, that comment was made or whatever. And it doesn't matter whether it's the Black woman. It just happened to be society has made the Black women stronger, to where it confuses as to where they their place is in the household, and it has been confusing.
The question,
and I'm just going to say something.
The question wasn't necessarily separating. It was specific. That's why it's specifically targeted African American communities. That's the question. So that's why we went to.
So specifically, yes, basically when it comes to, because society has specifically put that upon our African American women.
And we perpetuated though.
Did we perpetuate
shit? Because I'm gonna tell you why.
You said the men did or the women?
We perpetuate because we need money to run our household.
Who's we though? You said
Black men. Black man need money to run his household. And right. I say that to say,
we basically allow that.
Let me say this. Mm-hmm. Let me say this, and I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna elaborate what I mean by that. Mm-hmm. Before this new Black man, this new man, the Black man ran the house on his word, and he went out and got money. It's a difference, mm-hmm. Right? The new man controls his woman with his finances. That's why he can't be the head of the household. Mm. And that's what I mean by we perpetuate it, because we buy them. We don't guide them. Mm. And so we allow them to think that, because she make more money, no, she not, because I'm the man of this house, and with me comes wisdom, guidance, and real security and protection. With no money. That's priceless. What I come with as a man is priceless. But because a lot of men can't take that in, they have to be a man. Money makes them a man.
Yeah.
And so we have allowed our women to say, well, if the only thing that separates y'all manhood from our femininity is money, well, we gonna go get some money. And that's why the confusion is where it is now. Because for years, not just Black men, but men as a whole has used money to control women. Mm-hmm. And so I say that we perpetuate our own downfall. The reason why we're fighting to be the head of household, because women went and got some motherfucking money. And she say, now I ain't got to listen to you, come with more. Mm-hmm. But as a real man, I'm coming with a lot more. I'm coming with a lot more. Money is my last thing. Even if I was a billionaire, what I bring to the table is worth more than the money I have in my account. And until real men get that and start to push that and start to perpetuate that, we're going to my wife. Mm-hmm. And that's how you froze. And that's what I mean.
Right. Okay. I don't know why you froze for a second.
I froze? Oh, shit. But yeah, that's just why I say we perpetuate. I just feel like we for years have used money to control women, and now women are controlling us with money, and that's just how the shit go. And until we go back to who our grandfathers was, we still gonna be a person that's just here for money. But I'm changing the narrative.
I can't be much controlled by money like that. Period. I don't know. That's just me. I can't. You know, it has to. With me now, it's all about agreements and understanding and communicating as to what we're going to be doing and where we're going, no matter what you make and what you don't make. Period. Just because that's what Mom said. Just because she's a CEO, you don't act as you're the man when he is already a man. As women, we have to learn how to let a man be a man. We don't have to carry all the weight all the time. Yes, and that like you said, that I think that's where they try to make society feel like the women have to carry the weight all the time. And that's why it is less. As the question you asked, that is why there's less successful relationships. You know what I mean? It's because of that. So I mean, I get it. She said, I asked the question because go ahead.
Mom says, I asked this question because there are women who are of other races and are successful or whatever, and they are married, whereas Black women are alone and unprotected. Mm-hmm. But that's all by design. I tell people that is all by design. The feminist movement has hijacked our women. Because the Black woman is so strong and she's a trailblazer at a lot of things, they're using her to break up our families to strengthen their families. It allows them to not be outed and get the same respect. It allows them to continue and further the feminist movement without losing the white male, because they still progress the feminist movement, but they still go home, make PTA meetings. They still go home and cook dinner, right? They don't
say they. You're saying African American women, or
I'm saying different other cultures.
Other cultures
besides African American women, and I'm not saying all African American women don't do this, so don't kill me on this. I'm saying majority of other cultures and other ethnic backgrounds, because within their progression of feminism and moving forward to independence, they still keep the traditional values. And because they're able to still keep the traditional values, they kind of able to go under the radar in their movement. Even though they're the frontliners, they still go under the radar. As in the Black women, now the Latino woman, because they're trying to break from the traditions, they become the front runner for it, which makes them the trailblazer, which makes them the first ones through the door, which makes them say, well, look at them while we continue.
But that's mostly perpetrated by the hierarchy, so to speak.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? To
break Black families.
Yeah. That's a teaching that has to be done from different generations. You know what I'm saying? So that generation, and it's not going to change until those generations get more educated and solid about their upbringing when it comes to the whole, black and white thing or whatever. Or you know what I mean? It's kind of like the whole feminine movement, all this stuff that's generations or whatever, where things are changed, wording has changed, situations has changed or whatever, when wasn't nothing wrong with how it was, before. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're making changes that makes things worse as opposed to making change to make things better. So So now that generation or whatever, yes, the generation, I think generations are going to whoever that it is that makes them happy, whoever it is that's making them, working them as that's working with them as a team in order to get growth, and there's couples, there's Black successful couples that does that, because of the how that couple was raised and how they were taught. You know what I'm saying? They were taught, in a certain way, and they found each other or whatever, and they passing that on into their kids or whatever, and and that's how it goes. But then when you get to a certain part of the generation where that changed that, within that person is going to go with their parents or how their parents went, and it trickles on down to generations. Right? If that makes sense. I don't know if y'all followed all of that, but that's kind of like how that happens. But did I get this one? Oh, this is Vic. Yeah. Vic said it's also go ahead.
Go ahead. You got it. Go ahead.
Vic said it's also ingrained in the culture. Mexican women would be in a bad marriage and will remain there because reliance on the man. Yeah, I've seen Mexican couples actually stay within a bad marriage or whatever just because. I don't think nobody.
And that is why culturally. That's why culturally they've been able to come to this fucking country and whoop our ass because they.
But is that a good thing?
It sounds. Listen to this. Yeah, it sounds bad. Thing? Listen to this. And Veg, get back. It sounds bad on what I just said, but it's the reason why the fabric of the Latino community is so thick and they're able to take over the way that they are because they're strong traditional values. And until us as African Americans realize the importance of traditional values, our women will begin to surpass us. Because
that's been going on, but that's been going on for a long time because of the fact that, what I'm saying, like you said, is when you got into the whole movement, so women being CEOs and being, all that stuff, which is fine, you know what I mean? But it's been going on, it's gonna be going on or whatever, but we have to be smarter than that. Really, we just gotta be smarter than that.
Absolutely. But to answer the question, because we got to get out of here. To answer the question, I do think is in African American solely. I do think it's based on a lack of femininity of the woman, but I do think that is also the lack of true masculinity from the male. I think from the Black man. I think that we've placed our masculinity on our finances, and our masculinity is so much more than that.
Yeah.
And I think that the moment that we start to embody more than what we can bring to the table financially, I think that it changes that. And then also understanding how to operate and understand our emotions within that. But I also feel that it becomes challenging to fight and continue to try to be the lead or try to grow the Black family when the Black woman is just not receiving it real.
Yeah.
Because of her her disgust of what men and what the Black masculinity looks like these days, and what society says it is. So I just think that we got to start, and I keep saying this every week, we got to start changing the narrative of a lot of. We got to
quit letting society dictate on who and
what the family should be,
what it should be.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? If we continue to grow traditionally like we normally grow, that put a lot of discipline and reasonable cause of people being successful in the relationship, whatever, and install that within their families, whatever, then yes, we'll be a lot better off. Period. I say. At Veg, this is very true. That's what moms were saying. At Veg, African American women are not getting married because they're getting bags. Black women have stepped into the workforce and have also made more money. I'm not getting that though. What do you mean? African American women are not getting married because
Black women ain't getting married because they get money. I agree with that as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think that because it goes back to my point, because society has told people and women that to really lead and run your household, you got to have a bag. And I think that women, through all the years of burden, and especially Black women, have taken on the burden of Black men and the pressures of what society thinks of them. I think that they're getting their justice.
Yeah, but it still goes back to what we were talking about, though, as far as just basically understanding, their role as if they want to be in a relationship, if they want to be married, is knowing your role. Period. And we're going to get more into that next week.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, hey, there's some very interesting topics today, big dog.
Great, it's a good one today.
That's what's up. We appreciate you guys tapping in. Again, you guys see if y'all want to support Fired Up Broadcasting, you see Cash App, Fired Up Broadcasting. Is it Cash App Fired Up Broadcasting, or did I say Cash App? What did I put? Oh yeah, Fired Up Broadcasting. It is $ Fired Up Broadcasting. Y'all see the ticker at the bottom. If y'all interested, most definitely you'll pass it on and let people know to donate. You know what I'm saying? Again, we appreciate you tapping in. I seen you, Keith. I see Steve. Who's that? Keith Atkins in the house. What's up, man? My high school brother. What's up with you, man? Appreciate you tapping in, just checking out. If it's just for a minute, I don't care. You came. I'm cool. That's what's up. But join and share, and I hope we were able to give informative information as well as giving our opinions on how relationships should be, or how we see it and how other people will see it as well. You know what I mean? Hope you guys got something out of it. You got anything, Fat Boy?
Yeah, man. Make sure y'all send it. First of all, thank y'all again for your interaction, Moms, Veg, Marlon, everybody. I appreciate y'all for showing up every week. We need more dear brothers and dear sisters. You see the interaction, how it just takes the show to another level. Mm-hmm. So make sure you send your audio clips or video clips to firedupbroadcasting@gmail.com. And you label it. And you label it, or you title it, shall I say, in the subject box, dear brother or dear sister, and that's firedupbroadcasting@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Subscribe to our YouTube at Fired Up Broadcasting as well. Just make sure and then click that notification bell so you can get the show sent right to your phone, because I'm noticing that we don't pull up. Yeah. We don't pull up right away. So make sure y'all, as soon as we come on from now on, like, share. That 3 minutes that we spending liking and sharing, y'all do the same thing. And like I say, I appreciate y'all and I love y'all, man. And that's it for this week.
Indeed. And remember, if they talking about you behind your back, they behind you for a
reason. Peace.
And all the reasons start to fade.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Reasons, the show where you can give your reasons why you think what you feel about what we're talking about today. We should know this, man. We say no.
Dear brother, how do y'all deal with erectile dysfunction when you're in a relationship?
I wouldn't know how to do it unless I had it. And remember, if they're talking about you behind your back, they behind you for a reason. Hey.